is I will be demoing a couple of products, but what I really want to talk about are the things you want to know about. So I've got a handful of things picked out to feature, and then about halfway through, what we'll do is I'll open up the lines and let you guys ask questions. But again, I'm Jamie Swanson, and I am so excited to be here with you guys this week. I'm having the most fun with all of our hosts, and I'm just very thankful that you guys have chosen me to be your Pampered Chef consultant. So we're going to jump right into a couple of things. So I have got the quick cooker, which I featured today. Now raise your hand if you are in the Instant Pot world. How many of you have joined that world? Okay, absolutely love it. I did not think that it was something that my kitchen would need, because I've got all the Pampered Chef things. Like, what more would I need? But I quickly fell in love with it because of the versatility and things you can do. So I've just got some chicken breast in here, and I'm just going to make a very simple salsa chicken. So what I'm going to do is just turn it to the chicken and poultry setting. I'm going to get it going, get another thing in the air fryer going, and then I will tell you more details about it. But I've just got 1 cup of salsa. So I'm putting the salsa right on the chicken. You can add jalapeno, you can add onion, you can add like all sorts of things. But this is one of the most budget-friendly, quick and easy recipes that you can do. And the cool thing is you can make it from frozen. So if you're like me, sometimes forgetful, and you don't add or you forget to take your meats out of the freezer, you can easily pop it in there like that. So it auto sets to 15 minutes on the chicken and poultry setting, which is perfect. So my chicken breast, that's all they need. So I'm just going to hit start. Now, a couple of things about this that I really love that Pampered Chef did a super job with is they put the handles here on the bottom rather than the handles here on the top, because other ones I've seen on the market, I never really shopped them, but just from what other folks have told me, the handle's here on the top. So that's typically where your heat is at and your swivel. So I'd hate to know that I'm carrying my chili to the neighbors, and there goes the chili drop. And then the other thing that they've done a really good job is the steam release is here at the back. So normally I'd have it, facing me like this. When I push the steam release, it's going to go away from me. So that's just a really, really cool feature as well. So we'll let it sit there. Usually takes about 10 minutes to come up to pressure. So I could have hit the sear button earlier to kind of work on that a little bit more, but anyway, we're just doing, we're just lucky. We're just lucky that I got the chicken in there. So, all right, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to throw some Brussels sprouts in my air fryer. How many of you are Brussels sprouts fans? I love Brussels sprouts. Now, my house is going to smell terrible in just a little bit, so I do apologize, everybody that's here. So, all right, how many of you saw my video last night from my little quick dinner prep where I sliced the chicken and opened the green beans? So I used this closing cut, which is fantastic. Love the closing cut, use it for all sorts of things all the time. And a couple of months ago, I was like, well, I'm going to try it with Brussels sprouts. Why not? So just place the Brussels sprouts down. I'm going to put that at least 7-inch knife, and then I'm just going to saw just like that. One of the things that I forgot to mention last night is it is top rack dishwasher safe. So I do throw it on the top rack of the dishwasher often. So you've got the slices of the Brussels sprouts there, and we'll do another quick batch in there. Gonna throw it over. Now, I know a couple of people were talking about our stainless steel bowls, and I'm going to pull those out in just a second. But this happened to be coming out of the dishwasher earlier, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to show everybody because I love it. It's actually one of our kids products. It's our bowl in our kids line, but it is wonderful. It's got a non-skid bottom, so it doesn't slide all over the place. It's got a very comfortable handle, so you can, or you can hold it here. And it's not only for kids, I use it for things all the time. And if you have like someone who's doesn't have a lot of strength in their hands, like think about your moms or aunts or something like that, this would be a great addition to their kitchen as well. All right, so I just put a little bit of avocado oil, and then I love just a balsamic vinegar dressing. I tried to find my balsamic vinegar in the pantry, and I just couldn't find it. So I was like, the dressing will be fine. So I'm just gonna coat that here with one of our scrapers. And then add a little bit of salt and pepper to it using our salt and pepper grinder, which is fantastic. So that comes in a nice little set here. And then toss that. Now I know Cindy that's on loves the scrapers. Who else is a fan of the scrapers? Anybody? These are fantastic. They're heat safe up to 650 degrees. The head is attached to the handle, so no more running around the kitchen trying to find all of the parts of that. It doesn't splinter or it doesn't melt when you put it in down in your hot pans, and it doesn't stain either. So I think that's a great thing. When I think Paper Chef quality, this is typically where my brain goes, because these are just so heavy duty. This is the small mix and scrape, and probably my most favorite because it will get down in your peanut butter jar or wherever your mayonnaise, whatever you would need for it to. It's just a good size, and we do have another just great variety of things. Sizes. All right, so let's talk about the air fryer. So this, a lot of people have this on their wish list, I have seen, and it's just fantastic. It was the thing that I've been begging and just wanting Paper Chef to come out with forever, and I was so excited when they finally did. So one of the things that I think is nice is it's a great space. Like, you've got lots of room in there. My brother tried to talk me into getting one for a couple of years, but he's like, for your family, you probably need two, because the one that he had with the little basket just wasn't big enough for their family of four to make large portions. So ours is great. We have the two little racks here that are removable. They are dishwasher safe. And one of the things that I think is really clever is Paper Chef made the door removable. So when you get bits of little crispy stuff after you do chicken parmesan, or like we do chicken wings a lot, you can easily take that off and wash it or wipe it down. So it goes right back on. And then I'm just gonna put those Brussels sprouts right on the trays here. And I probably could have just done it all on one tray, but we'll show you just for fun. All right, so that's gonna go in, and then we've got the option. We can bake, we can roast. There's a rotisserie, you can reheat, you can dehydrate, and I'm just going to do the air fry. And then this recipe takes 18 minutes. So what will happen at the halfway mark, I'll hear a little buzz, and then I'll just flip the rack so the top and the bottom get some good even cooking time. All right, so let's sneak on over, and I am going to break a bottle. Try not to do that. Real quick, I'm going to just go ahead and slice a pineapple. This is one of my favorite things to do. We eat a lot of pineapple at our house. So it's just always a good demo for me to do. So a couple of things about picking out the perfect pineapple. There's a couple of ways that different people do it. So a lot of people smell it, but they usually all smell the same to me. They smell like pineapple. So that's not really handy to me. If I know I'm not going to need it for a couple of days, I don't mind buying it a little bit green. But if I need it right away, I try to find one with a more golden color. So that's helpful. The other thing you can do is, if you can easily pull the leaves from the middle, which I've already pulled from the middle. So they're getting a little bit thicker around there, but I'm pretty sure this one is ready. Now, another neat thing that you can do is you can turn it upside down for a little bit before you cut it, and it's going to redistribute some of the juices that are in there. All right, so we are just going to cut the bottom, cut the top, and then I'm only 5'3", so even on a good day, I'd have a pretty hard time getting through the pineapple because it's a pretty tough fruit. So, let me see if I can. All right, so I'll put that. Has anybody ever grown a pineapple with the leftover with the top? Okay, I might be inspired. Listen, this COVID stuff has got me trying all kinds of new hobbies. I've got plants on my porch. I've got succulents inside. I've got basil. I've got all kinds of things. So who knows? Maybe I'll have a pineapple farm. So, all right, now this is our pineapple wedger, and I love it. If you eat more than 2 pineapples a year, in my opinion, you will get your money's worth out of this baby. So it's nice because it's got the little center for the core, and then you just give it a little rock back and forth. And what I like to do when we get to the end is use this little cover and then just let it push right down in there, because it is super sharp. So you wouldn't want to push, it back through, then everything comes right out. So, so very easy to use. And so yeah, so you've got nice fresh pineapple. You've got the little, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this and wash. Got infused water that will, give a nice pineapple taste. So that's pretty good plan typically. All right, so let me move that over. And then this is another neat tool that you guys, I use it all the time. I'm feature some of these smaller everyday items tomorrow, and this is definitely going to be one of the things that that you're going to learn a lot about. But this is called the quick slice, and it's just a favorite of mine. I slice all sorts of things like cucumbers. You can do tomatoes sliced beautifully. You can anything kind of in that family. A potato or an onion's a little firmer than what you're looking for. So if you've had our egg slicer from years ago, this is kind of like the egg slicer on steroids without this little wires that tend to get a little bit wonky. So these blades are at an angle and serrated. So all I do is just slice back and forth. So I've got perfectly sliced pieces there. And let's just say that I wanted to make it a little, I just would lay the food down again. And then I've got nice little chunks. So it's perfect for prepping salads, or if you like to prep at the beginning of the week, this is going to be a time saver. Okay, so let's see what else. All right, I think it was mentioned in the party today by one of our hosts that we've got 2 items that are our Roundup from the Heart products for this year. So the Cut and Seal, which makes the sandwiches, like the Uncrustable sandwiches, is one of those. So you make your peanut butter and jelly, or ham and cheese. What you would do is put it right down on the bread, give it a rock-in motion back and forth. And I love that they updated this a couple of years ago, or probably about a year ago, because the other one was round, and I felt like you were missing a lot of the bread was wasted. So so this, I feel like it's just taken the crust off, and then you make those Uncrustable sandwiches. So easy peasy. If you got kids that love peanut butter and jelly, you can make a bunch up at one time. So you can make a whole loaf of bread, stick them in the freezer, and then by the time you take it out at lunchtime, their lunch out at lunchtime, it's thawed out and I'm ready to eat. So that is pretty handy there. All right, so we also featured today the blender. How many of you were like, whoa, okay, that thing does a little bit more than I thought? So I do all sorts of things. So this was I'm doing a low carb, no to low sugar diet. So I made a homemade strawberry jam that's got like a sugar substitute, and it turned out delicious. So I actually put half of what it called for just low sugar, and I put half of that in the sugar substitute, and it turned out beautifully. So in the amount for one batch, I got 3 of these small little containers, and a friend, one of my neighbors, I'm going to take one of these to her tonight because they're doing the same diet that I am. You can make soups, you can do sausage gravy, you can do Alfredo, all sorts of things like that are so easy to do. But my favorite part, you guys, is it self-cleans. So you just put 3 cups of water, 1 drop of dish soap, and it does an automatic clean, which is just fantastic. All right, let's see. So here is another fun thing that somebody had asked about earlier, was how does the breakfast sandwich maker work? I'm going to show you that really, really quick. How many of you have the breakfast sandwich maker? Anybody have that? Super, super easy to use. So a nice little base. So you can do it without the breads. You can definitely do it, you know, with breads. And I'm going to tell you about the variety that you can do. So typically when I make it, I'll do it with 2 eggs. So I'm just going to crack the egg right here. Put that over there. And then I like to do a little splash of milk. So I'm not much of a measurer, but we'll just assume that that was about, I don't know, tablespoon, teaspoon, probably teaspoon and a half, maybe. And then I'm just going to whisk it up right in there. Grab that little salt and pepper again. Now for anybody, and I think it was Connie, I think Connie was one of the people asking about this. So we do have a little recipe book with some great ideas of things that you can do with it. Now, what makes it unique and a little bit different than our just ceramic egg cooker is it's got these little baskets. So this first little basket would be for your meat. So you'd want to do a pre-cooked meat. So whether it's sausage, bacon, Canadian bacon, I'm just going to use some deli turkey because I know my husband loves that. We have a pterodactyl. We have a baby pterodactyl that lives here. Now with the sausage or the bacon, I would go ahead and put it in for the full cooking amount. But since it's just a thin deli turkey, I'm going to wait to do it at the very end. Okay. So with the 2 eggs, it's going to take a full 2 minutes to cook. So I'm just going to do it with the lid on for a minute 50, or excuse me, a minute and a half. And then when it's ready for the last 30 seconds, we'll add that deli meat and then just a bagel wrap. So I'll show you the speed on that. All right, so other bread options that you can do, these little mini bagels are perfect. These are the thin ones. You can also do English muffins. We like to do the frozen mini pancakes. So those make like a McGriddle. So you can have a lot of fun with that. Do a little drizzle of maple syrup. You can also do a flour tortilla. So what I'll do with that is I'll fold it over once and then fold it over to have it like in a quarter, and then you've basically got like a little street taco, which is fantastic. So just depending on what you like, so you can have a different breakfast sandwich every morning of the week, which is wonderful. And then once it's ready to come out, we'll just throw some cheese on it, and it is a beautiful, beautiful sandwich. So that's going to come out in just a second. Now, I did bring this over because it's from our stoneware line. So we do have our traditional stoneware that we've had for years and years. I have baked potatoes here on my large bar pan, so you can tell that this gets a lot of use. But a couple of seasons ago, this beautiful new glazed stoneware came out. So quite a few different pieces of this. This is the platter for our chip and dip. So we've got a bowl that will go there in the middle. Let me see if there's actually one in the dishwasher here. I'll grab it when I go to the microwave in a minute, but it's just really nice for different things. So you can do a ring on here, like the taco ring that we've done for forever. You can do just veggies, all sorts of things like that. All right, our last 30 seconds for our breakfast sandwich. I'm going to put that together. All right, so I also heard the little buzzer. I think the buzzer for the air fryer went off. So what I'm going to do is just take those out and look at how crispy and crunchy those are. Preston, my 7-year-old, loves Brussels sprouts. So he came running over.
Wait, are those what I think those are?
I think it is what you think they are. So we'll flip those around another 8 minutes, and then we're going to be good to go on that. Take this rest now. Okay, so there's the nice little bowl that goes with the chip and dip. Okay, that's fine. All right, so what I'll do is just easily take that little that bagel out. We'll put maybe the turkey there, put the cheese here, and you guys are gonna love this. Look at how beautiful that egg came out. So perfect size egg. listen, you won't drive through, you won't go to a breakfast, like a drive-through breakfast place and get a sandwich this nice and that pretty. So just a nice egg. Now, a lot of times what we'll do, my husband loves when I put peppers and onions and different things in the egg. So it's more of an omelet when it is like that. But how cool is that? Easy peasy, breakfast in 2 minutes. You can do back to back. So if everybody's eating a breakfast sandwich, it's real easy just to make multiples. So, all right, let's see how we're doing. We're 10 minutes on the chicken over here. So why don't I go ahead and open up, let's see. I'm going to just read some of these comments and then we will ask. Okay, learning new recipes. Yes, the quarantine has you in a rut, so we're going to get you some new things. All right, your quick cooker's on the way. Yay! All right, yep, 3 times this week. So, yep, so Madison, you can actually put your frozen meat in your rock crock as well. So as long as it's going in the microwave, your rock crock is good to go. For that. Alicia, we're glad you're here. Happy 10-year anniversary to Remax. Yay! We got our little cute bag. Jonathan was off, but we'll celebrate a little later. Happy anniversary, Remax. Yay! It's just one of our fearless leaders in the real estate world. Okay, let's see. All right. Love the pineapple wedger. Okay, cool. Yep, self-cleans. You will absolutely love that. What size was the stone? So the bar pan that I had was the large bar pan, and then the chip and dip set is the it's just one size. So yep, and now Connie's excited about her breakfast sandwich maker. So hang on, we're gonna. What does that guy need? Just need a snack. Oh, he needs a spanking. We've got wooden spankings for that. We won't do that in the Zoom though. All right, so who has questions? Feel free to open up your line and ask any question that you have about products that we saw here today, maybe products that that you've got that you need some questions answered about, or about things that are on your radar, maybe your wish list that you're like, okay, tell me why this would be a good addition to my kitchen. Anybody?
Jamie, one of my wish list my big wish list thing is the block knife set.
Yep.
Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So let me pull out the color-coded knives and tell you a little bit of difference about that. So Lori, this is a lot of my hosts end up getting this as one of their half-price items, or even a 60%, depending on which host special you take. But these are wonderful. These are like a German forged steel. So just imagine each one of these knives are handcrafted. So it's just more of a specialty knife. You'll notice that the blade goes from the top all the way through the handle, and that's called full tang. So anytime you see a knife like that, you know you're working with just a more higher quality knife. These do have a lifetime guarantee, so keep them out of the dishwasher. Other than that, I think you'll be in good shape. But really, really love those. I forgot how many you get in the set, and then you can add the steak knives, and most people do. If they don't do it right away, they, from the parties that are booked off of them, that's what they choose as their half price items. So super sharp, excellent. The last knives you'll have to buy. We do have a honing tool that comes with the set, and every when you feel like it just needs a little sharpening, I just drag it right through there, so it's real easy to do. And then they do suggest any good quality knives every couple of years, just get them professionally sharpened. And there are people in town that do like mobile sharpening. There's a guy that I send people to all the time, and he goes to hair salons and stuff to sharpen their shears. And so he'll come right to your house. One of my customers said, well, while he was at my house, he did my lawnmower. Like, he just did all kinds of stuff. So you can kind of kill two birds or multiple birds with one stone. Now, I love the color-coded knives too, but really the biggest difference in these is these are just definitely a more affordable. You're looking at similar size, $50-ish to like $15 to $20-ish, you know what I mean? So you've got something at every price point. These have a 1-year guarantee, and probably the biggest difference in quality is this is what's called a stamp knife. So just imagine they mass produce about 20 at a time. So they stamp them out, and then they the metal ends not far into the handle. So so that's just the difference in this type of knife. But I would have no problem adding these to anybody's kitchen. I have them, and I give them as gifts all the time too. So where I wouldn't necessarily do one of the larger ones. Right, who else? Oh, and the mix and chop. So I know Madison, I can't believe Madison does not have the mix and chop. So super duper for ground beef. When you're browning sausage, makes a great little, like a star shape on a pie. You can stamp your cookies, all sorts of things like that. So that is, and when I go on vacation, I take tools. I mean, I look like I'm heading to a cooking show when I go on vacation. Like when we evacuated for the hurricane, one of my kids didn't have underwear, but I had the quick cooker. Like we had the tools. We were ready to eat. But I didn't have Noah's underwear, but we bought some. It was okay. But I get places to help, do ground beef, and I'm like, you mean you don't have a mix and chop? And I start sweating a little bit. I'm like, I need my tool. Okay, we'll get that in just a second. So really, really love, and it's such a simple tool. When it came out, I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, come on, Pampered Chef. I'm like, we've got scrapers. What do you mean? But I quickly fell in love with that. So, all right, what else? Any other questions you can think of? All right, well, for slicing potatoes, okay, Madison was asking slicing potatoes. I would say the simple slicer. It's fantastic, quick and easy. You can slice potatoes, onions, cucumbers, zucchini, even tomatoes. You could do that. I do love my quick slice for that. But let's get this before Preston. He said those are beautiful. He's so excited. So we like them nice and crunchy. If you don't like them quite as brown, you probably do about 16 minutes, but we love them. So I did 18. So, all right, so we'll leave that there. Just let it sit for just a minute, and then I'll hook you up, brother. All right, who else has questions? Anything else you guys can think of?
How about, do you have a colander cup nearby?
Oh yeah, sure.
That's on my wish list too.
Yeah, absolutely love the Easy Read measuring colander. So perfect for like draining or just washing blueberries, strawberries, anything that you would want to wash and then would need to drain a little bit. It does have the thing where you could put on the divider of your sink. We've got a farm sink, so we don't have a divider, but I put it on the front. If yours is too thick or whatever, stick it right in a bowl. But it's beautiful for draining black beans or anything you'd need to rinse like that, and shake it out. It's got measurements, so I love that. So if I needed 3 cups of blueberries for a trifle, things like that, I would not measure, but a lot of people have to have a measurement. So you wouldn't have to wash them in something and then, drain them and then get a measuring cup. So it's very multi-purpose. For those of you with swimming pools, it does a real good job of scooping stuff out. So you could grab a second one for the backyard. So, yep, super, super tool. All right. All right, so the best care for stoneware, super question. So you treat your stoneware much like cast iron. So you wouldn't want to use soap on it. If you use a little bit of soap on it, it's not the end of the world. So don't throw it out if you get some soap on it, but it's best practices to just use the little brown scraper that comes with it. If I do bacon on my large bar pan, I typically use a dishcloth to wipe it out because it's going to need a little bit more. But you want to be real careful not to go from one extreme temperature to the other, which that's called thermal shock. So if you took it out of the oven and then ran some water over it, it's very likely to crack. Same thing if you took it out of the refrigerator and didn't let it sit for a little bit and put it right in the oven, thermal shock would happen. So be very careful with that. The other thing that I would suggest is to make sure with your stoneware, you're covering at least 2/3 of the surface of it to make sure you're not getting like super hot spots on there, because that's one of the things that folks run into. If they, so if you just had 2 chicken breasts for your large bar pan, you would definitely need more food, and it could be even vegetables, just, do a better job of filling it up, or use a smaller piece of stoneware, or, a smaller thing to cook it on. So good. All right, any other questions? Well, I am so tickled you guys were here with me, and I can't believe we're already halfway through the party. You guys have been great. Looking forward to wrapping things up tomorrow. Now, one challenge that I am going to post tomorrow, so you guys get a head start. So host, listen up. So for each host that gets 3 parties that are booked off of theirs. And I know Madison's got a couple of brides that are thinking about bridal showers and stuff like that. But for every host that ends up with 3 parties, whether it be a cooking show in a couple of months, a virtual party, catalog party, I've got a texting party that's very easy. So I just send you an album, you send it out to your friends. We could do an email party or just a good old traditional catalog party. For each host that gets 3 parties that's booked off of this one, I'm giving you an extra $25 in free products. So I do have 2 more weeks in July that I'm looking for parties, and I'm booking August parties as well. So let me know if you are at all interested or know somebody. It doesn't even have to be anybody in the party. So let me know if you know of somebody that's interested in earning some great rewards and learning about some great products too. So, all right. Okay, well, you guys have a great night. I will post the recording, so if some of your friends missed it, make sure you tag them once I get the recording posted, and we'll go from there. All right. Well, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Jamie. It was awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Preston, Alicia from Remax said, hey, you better come say hello to her. Is Natalie with you? Hey, there's Natalie. She's listening. Hi.
Hi, Preston.
Listen, if he'd sell,
Thank you.
he does Remax and Alicia supporter.
That was sweet of you.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.